and welcome to another sneak preview of the 2013 holiday edition of Project Parade from StampAcademy.com. This project is a holiday photo spinner card, so you just grab the ribbon and pull it around and it reveals the photo inside. So I'm going to show you exactly how to assemble this. If you're viewing this in YouTube, you're going to go to www.stampacademy.com and you're going to go to the Holiday 2013 class, and this will be located on that page. If you just click that, it'll take you to your PDF with all of your instructions, measurements, and product list. So we're going to simply begin with a half sheet of Marina Mist cardstock, which we scored in half, and then we're going to fold it over and take our bone folder and then just fold on that score line, and then you can just put that aside. So you're going to be using a magnetic platform. If you don't have a magnetic platform, you're using your multi-purpose platform on tab 2. You're going to put down a cutting plate and then put your cardstock on top. And we're going to be using the Circles framelits. And we've numbered them from 1 to 10, starting from the largest framelit at 1 and then the smallest at 10. I'd like you to take the number 4 framelit, which is the fourth from the outside, and you're going to center that on your cardstock. Now you're holding your cardstock tall, so I want you to center it about 1/4 of an inch from each of the edges, left, right, and bottom, which is going to leave you a little more space on top. Then what I want you to do is take your number 5 framelit, and as always, your cutting ridges toward the bottom. You're going to center your number 5 framelit right inside there, hold it down, and then remove the number 4. So that's just a great way to center. So we're going to cover this with another cutting plate, and then we're going to run it through the Big Shot. Okay, you're going to take your framelit and put that away. And now you're going to be using the Northern Flurry Textured Impressions embossing folder. So as you can see, the Stampin' Up! Label is facing forward, which means it's going to impress forward. I would like you to take your piece of cardstock and you're going to put it in so that the circle goes in toward the fold line, so that the large snowflake is predominantly over that hole. And now what you're going to do is you're going to put this between 2 cutting plates, and then you're going to run it through the Big Shot. But I just want to mention the opening should go into the Big Shot first. So we're going to just run this through. When it comes out, you're going to stamp a greeting in the lower left-hand corner here, because it's going to be the empty space, which is why I wanted you to kind of put it in a little upside down. Now we're back to our magnetic platform. You're going to put a cutting plate down, and you're going to put a piece of Marina Mist cardstock on top. You're going back to your number 4 framelit. You're going to put that on top, cover it with a cutting plate, and run it through the Big Shot. That's going to give you a circle of Marina Mist cardstock, and then you're going to get in the habit of putting your framelits away right away so that you don't misplace them. Now this is not how your framelits come to you. I just simply took an empty clear stamp case. I put 2 of the magnetic business card holders, and then I just lay them on top, and I slide in the directions here, and then I use a Sharpie to just label the outside. So that's one way to do that. If you're interested in how this is done, in the free video section we have that as well. Next, you're going to go ahead and punch another template the exact same size, which is that number 4 circle, and then you're going to fold it in half and then half again, and that's going to give you a perfect center of your circle. And then just hold on to this as a template. You're going to cut your photo to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. You're going to put your Marina Mist circle right on top of it, and then you're going to put your template right on top of that. So you're going to be very careful that these line up perfectly. And then you're going to take your paper piercer and you're going to make a hole in all of them with your paper piercer. Now it's crucial that the hole is exactly in the center of the Marina Mist circle and the photo so that it'll spin correctly. Now you're going to take a scrap of white cardstock and your 1-inch circle punch, and you're just going to pop out a little circle. And then you're going to take that circle and you're going to pierce the center of it. It's not as crucial that you get the exact center, so just do your best. So now with a scissor or your paper trimmer, you're going to cut a straight line from the hole that you punched down to the bottom of both the photo and your spinner. So this is what you have here, and then another one here. Now you're going to be using the Festive Flurry stamp set, and we're going to be using the second smallest snowflake. You're going to take some white embossing powder, and you're going to mix in some Dazzling Diamonds glitter, and that's going to give you that glittery embossing powder. Now when I emboss, I always put a scrap piece of paper underneath to catch my embossing powder so that I can trap it and put it back into the container. So I'm going to be using some Whisper White craft ink, and that's going to allow me to emboss. And so you want to just double check to make sure that you get good coverage on your stamp. And I'm not smushing into the pad because it's a foam pad. I'm going to center the snowflake right over the circle and stamp. And then I'm going to sprinkle on my embossing powder. You're going to gently tap the embossing powder off of your cardstock, and then you're going to heat set that. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your Marina Mist piece that you've just embossed. You're going to cut a piece of 1/8 inch silver ribbon. This is about 3 inches. And you're going to just fold it in half. Now with the slit at the bottom of this Marina Mist piece, you're going to puncture a hole with your paper piercer, and that's going to be about 1/8 of an inch to the left of the slit and about 1/2 inch up from the bottom. So you're going to just put that ribbon down, and then you're going to make sure that it's even, and then go about, as I said, 1/8 of an inch over and about 1/2 of an inch up, and then go ahead and pierce that through. You're going to then take a little silver mini brad, and you're going to just put that right through the hole. You're going to come around the back and open up those brad legs, and then you're going to just take a piece of simple Scotch tape, and what you're going to do is you're going to cover that piece, the brad piece, because you don't want those little brad legs to be scratching your photo. So I'm just going to trap them in there with my Scotch tape, and then I'm going to trim this off because I don't want it to flap over that little space. So I'm just going to rub that in there so that I know that those little brad legs are trapped in and they're not going to scratch my photo. Next, you're going to take another silver brad, and you're going to feed that through the center of that Marina Mist piece of cardstock, then through the center of your photo, and lastly through that little 1-inch circle that you punched. You're going to close the prongs in the back, so you're going to make sure that those little slits are lined up for the photo and the spinner, and then you're going to slip the bottom of the spinner underneath that slit. So can you see what I'm doing here? Here's the slit, and I'm just pushing a little bit of this Marina Mist spinner into it so that I know it's going to spin like this, and I kind of want that to be stuck in there. So I want a little bit of the photo to show. Okay, so now you have this little piece underneath, and that's how it's going to slide. So we're going to put a glue dot right here at the bottom of this photo, and that's going to stop the spinner from going too far. So next you're going to assemble the whole thing. So what I want you to do is take one glue dot and put it on each corner of your photograph. Now it's very important that none of these dots interfere with the whole mechanism. So you want to be careful with your placement. You're going right up into the corners of your photo. Okay, so now for the tricky part. You're going to be taking that embossed piece and you're going to center it over your circle, but you want to be careful. You want that little glue dot to be trapped underneath here so that it doesn't show, and you want this ribbon to be on the outside. So I like to line this up on my grid paper because then I know it's on there straight. I'm going to hold it down in the center, and then I'm going to slip the ribbon over it, and then I'm going to just center this. And then I'm going to check it to make sure that it works. So now I know that there's no glue in the way, and you can see there's a little piece of the photo sticking out. That's exactly what I wanted. And now you're going to turn this over, and you're going to apply adhesive to the back side of this, but you want to, again, make sure that you're not interfering with the whole mechanism. I'm going to attach this with mini glue dots because if I put the glue dots in, I don't have to worry about going anywhere near those mechanisms that make this whole card do what it does. So once you put your glue dots all the way around the inside and you're sure that you haven't interfered with the mechanism at all, you're going to place this on top of your card. So once you have that adhered, you're going to double check your placement and it's fine. And then what I like to do is open the card, and I like to take another embossed piece and then adhere this to the inside, and that accomplishes two things. It decorates the inside of your card, and then you don't have all that much room that you have to worry about writing, because especially when you're sending out holiday cards, you don't want to have to write a book inside each one. You could certainly do a plain one or just a partial embossed one, but I'm just going to adhere this the way it is. So that's your holiday photo spin-a-card from StampAcademy.com. This sneak preview is part of the Holiday 2013 edition of Project Parade. It's 25 plus projects for $24.95. That's less than $1 a project. You can visit us at www.stampacademy.com and just click on the Holiday 2013 tab for more information. And if you have any questions, you can reach us at mail@stampacademy.com.